Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Mount Rushmore, the history you never knew you needed. I'm Jeff Hickcox. Across from me, my pal, our self-proclaimed presidential historian, Stan Nawalaniec.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Stan, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
We discussed this, and we said this would make a good episode, today's episode, and I bring out this statement, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
In the history of political duels, and I mean politicians challenging one another to a duel.
There have been some pretty prominent ones.
Yeah, three people come to mind. Former Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton.
That would be the biggest.
And his duel with Vice President Aaron Burr.
Right.
Which didn't end well for Hamilton.
No.
Here's the thing, and you know this. In the old days of dueling, it was about honor. It wasn't about necessarily violence.
Correct.
It was about, if you were challenged, it was your honor that was questioned, your integrity, and you would challenge somebody to a duel. And most times, the gentlemanly way to handle a duel is when you took your steps, turned around with firing pistols, you'd shoot it in the ground or shoot it in the air. You just met the challenge.
Correct.
And then you shook hands and everything was forgiven.
Yes.
That didn't happen with Alexander Hamilton.
No, it didn't, and that's a huge story.
Burr killed him. And, of course, the third person that you often think about with duels is President Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
He was often described, and I've looked at several, because we all both, and we've discussed it, he was involved in several duels.
He was the king of the duels.
He is described in history books as a professional duelist.
Yeah. I did not know that.
He didn't care. I'm challenging you to a duel. Mainly because of his wife.
Yes.
But that's another episode.
It is. Actually, we did that episode.
Yeah. But if I told you, the listener, that Abraham Lincoln was involved in a duel, you'd probably say, that's not true, or I haven't heard that.
Right. Well, I wasn't in school.
It is true. Kind of. It kind of. Let's put it this way. He was challenged to a duel.
Yes.
And the duelists showed up.
He did accept.
He was challenged. He did show up. Now, the rest is a little cloudy. And as you'll find out, neither duelist would speak about it again.
Right.
It all started August of 1842, 18 years before Lincoln became president. At the time, he was 33 years old, a rising politician and attorney. Living in Springfield, Illinois, he had recently finished his fourth and final term in the Illinois House of Representatives.
Yes.
It is said Lincoln, and here's where it's cloudy. There's a lot of cloudiness to this. It is said Lincoln began writing letters in the Sangamo Journal in Illinois. By the way, still in print.
Really?
Yes, it is. But in that newspaper, he mocked James Shields. Yes. James Shields was the Democratic state auditor from Illinois. Lincoln used the pen name Rebecca.
Kills me.
It is believed that he did not write the first Rebecca letter, but chose to participate.
That is what I was to understand as well.
Here is historian Amanda Clark of the Missouri Historical Society that explains the setup of this Rebecca newspaper column and what happened.
Yeah.
The young politician had publicly shamed a rival, Illinois State Auditor James Shields. He wrote a series of newspaper letters signed under the pen name of Rebecca. The letters ridiculed Shields' political views, made fun of his business skills, and even were pretty harsh about his romantic endeavors.
Yeah.
Shields felt no choice but to challenge Lincoln.
Of course.
You had to. It was about honor.
Yeah.
August 19th, 1842, the first Rebecca letter appears. Most historians, as I told you, believe this was not written by Lincoln. It was written by his zany, wacky, crazy wife.
Yes.
Mary Todd, who was his fiancée at the time.
Right. Always women getting you in trouble.
Mm-hmm. By August 27th, Lincoln wrote his famous contribution, dated August 27th and actually published on September 2nd, 1842, writing as Rebecca, the pen name that he used.
Yeah.
And well, who's Rebecca? Well, she's a farm wife, and the farm wife viciously referred to Shields as a fool as well as a liar and mocked his vanity. Now, that was Lincoln's writing.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
2 more Rebecca letters were published. These were widely attributed, once again, to his fiancée, Mary Todd, soon to be Mary Looney Todd Lincoln.
Yes.
Also, they say that possibly Mary Todd's friend, Julia Jane, wrote some of them as well, taking the satire even farther. The letters so enraged James Shields that he demanded the editor reveal the author's identity.
I mean, this is like in today's world, people like posting stuff on Facebook about you, right?
Yes. Well, that's the same thing like with Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Right.
They were being published in newspapers and flyers, and it was like
social
Facebook
media
and social media and Instagram today, just slinging it back and forth, and a lot of time anonymously.
Yes.
So Shields goes and says to the paper, I demand that you tell me who Rebecca is.
Yeah.
This led Shields, because they told him, well, it's this former representative and lawyer, Abraham Lincoln. That son of a bitch.
Right. So how would they even know that it was Lincoln, I wonder?
I think that they had to go and submit, and I don't know what the rules of the paper were, but they had to know that it was Lincoln, and he was the one that was doing these Rebecca letters.
Yeah.
Either that or this crazy wife of his started babbling, singing like a canary.
Right.
This led Shields to challenge Lincoln to a duel. The duel was set for September 22nd, 1842. Now, before we go any further, I keep mentioning James Shields, and we know that he was the auditor. But who was he? Who was James Shields?
James Shields, yeah.
He's the only person ever to serve as a United States senator from 3 different states.
Really? Which ones?
Illinois, Minnesota, and Missouri.
Those are, I mean, I can get Illinois and Missouri, but Minnesota, that's a...
Yeah.
Okay.
He was born in Ireland in 1806. Shields immigrated to the United States in his early 20s. You and I were discussing it beforehand. He served as a brigadier general.
He did in the Union, right?
In 2 major conflicts, 2 wars. He served as a general in the Mexican-American War, where he was severely wounded. And then, of course, the Civil War. He served the Union and is famously the only general to have defeated Stonewall Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
So he served under Lincoln.
Yeah. he was a guy who was very well respected. So Lincoln wasn't, and of course, both early on in their careers, but Lincoln wasn't picking on a nobody. He was a pretty prominent guy. I digress. Back to the duel.
Yes, please.
It would take place on a small piece of land called Bloody Island.
Oh, boy. Is that like a dueling place?
Yes.
Really?
It was located in the Mississippi River. It was a little island in the Mississippi. Between St. Louis, Missouri, and East St. Louis, Illinois. It was chosen because dueling was illegal in Illinois, and if caught, it prohibited anyone from running for political office.
So he put a lot on the line, more than he knew.
Yes.
he put our future on the line.
Yep. Now, historians will also tell you, well, they went to Bloody Island because they thought that dueling was legal there. There were so many duels. It was illegal there, too.
Yeah.
The penalty was different as far as Illinois law goes. It was illegal. You'd get arrested, but you could still run for political office.
It wasn't like it was international waters between the rivers.
Correct. So the duel is set September 22nd, 1842. As the person challenged to the duel, Lincoln was the one challenged. Shields says, I challenge you.
Right.
It was Lincoln's right to choose the weapons. That's the way a good gentlemanly
So if
duel.
you're challenged, you get to choose the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody at the time, dueling pistols.
Right,
That's
pistols, yeah.
what you do.
Right, of course.
Lincoln thought about this. He realized, since he gets to choose, and it is written, he sensed the absurdity of this.
Yeah.
He knew that this was the most ridiculous thing in the world. It was illegal. This could ruin his political career.
Yeah.
This is stupid, over a newspaper column written by that crazy wife of his, that he would be stuck on Bloody Island in a duel. So he thought about it for a minute, and he said, oh, I'm a lot bigger than this guy. I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
I got arms that drag on the floor when I walk.
True. Lanky.
Yes, very lanky. He chose cavalry swords.
He chose cavalry swords. I can't even say the word. Cavalry.
Yeah, say that 3 times
No,
fast.
can't.
Cavalry swords. The rules, Lincoln got to go and specify the rules. He chose the weapons. Here are the rules of the duel. Lincoln specified a plank would be placed between them.
Okay.
If either stepped over it,
Yeah.
they would be declared the loser. He had arms so
Right.
long, and he had a damn cavalry sword. He could...
This guy didn't stand a chance.
No. Shields was a lot shorter than Lincoln. He didn't stand a chance. Lincoln knew that with broadswords, he could reach Shields without Shields ever getting close enough to strike him.
No.
I made the rules, you challenged
Right.
me.
It's absurd, so let's make it absurd.
Yep. Now, legend has it that while Lincoln, again, part of the Lincoln intimidation, legend has it that while Lincoln was getting ready and waiting, so everybody got into place and stuff, that he used the sword to easily lop off a high branch from a willow tree.
Oh.
So he's standing around waiting,
Right.
swing that, and he lopped off a branch from a willow
And
tree.
I'm sure this guy saw it.
Yeah, this was demonstrating his incredible reach and strength to lop off a whole branch.
Ruh-roh.
Seeing this display stunned Shields
Yeah.
and the people around him,
Yeah.
and went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now it was time for the battle.
Uh-huh.
And the combatants all got into place. Their handlers and seconds were on either side of the planks.
Right.
Getting ready.
You have defamed me, sir.
Yep. Sir! But when someone yelled out to Shields and screamed at him that he's a whippersnapper
Oh, boy.
and threatened to spank him,
Oh, whoa. Who?
nobody knows. It was in the crowd. Maybe one of his people. Again, we're dealing
Mary
with a
Todd.
lot.
Probably Mary Todd.
Yeah. That he suddenly realized how embarrassing this was,
Yeah.
how he couldn't possibly win.
No.
And so he looked around after being called a whippersnapper and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, what do you say we call this off?" The duel was over. Ended. Lincoln, the winner,
Yes.
not by violence, but
Right.
truly by wit.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
He thought about this. He knew how ridiculous it was. He said, okay, I'm going to use swords. Then I'm going to go and, show my strength,
Yeah.
set the rules.
Yeah.
And then somebody in the crowd calls Shields a whippersnapper, and I'm going to spank you.
Whippersnapper.
And that ends it.
Well, we always knew that Lincoln was a very thoughtful and intelligent man.
This proved it
Yeah.
very early on.
Yeah.
Shields was eventually persuaded to accept an explanation because Lincoln had to will you listen to my explanation why I was doing this? And a handshake rather than the fight. So explanation, handshake, it's over with.
It's over. Okay.
The two men reconciled and eventually became political allies. They were friends. They were tight. But history has a way, and I said this in the beginning, there's so much mystery around this and what happened. We know Lincoln was challenged by Shields.
Right.
We know that the two of them did show up for the duel. We know that Lincoln did choose swords.
Right.
But there's a lot of things about the history of this, what really happened.
And do we know?
It's very sketchy.
Okay.
While the duel at Bloody Island sounds real good to history people,
It does.
and the fact that many duels occurred there, some historians say that the meeting took place about 25 miles away from Bloody Island, outside of Alton, Illinois, on a place called Sunflower Island.
Well, they couldn't have that now, could they?
And a lot of them believe that's where it happened. It wasn't on Bloody Island. It was on Sunflower Island.
Isn't that?
I told you that the duel, most historians believe it happened on Sunflower Island, which is in Alton, Illinois. Here's the weird thing about it.
Okay.
If you're a historian, you may recognize Alton, Illinois.
Okay.
Because it was the site of the final Lincoln-Douglas debates
Really?
that occurred years later in 1858.
Same location
Same location.
of the duel.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Isn't it?
Wow. Wow.
Both Lincoln and Shields were very embarrassed by this duel.
Yeah.
Embarrassing that it came to a duel, embarrassing the way that it turned out, embarrassed that it ever came to that. The two of them never spoke about the duel again, which is why a lot of historians are a little sketchy, because they're going on a lot of witnesses who were there or secondhand stories about how it happened, because the two combatants refused to talk about it. In fact, Lincoln had a piece of advice for someone seeking his friendship.
Yeah.
Here again is historian Amanda Clark, when there was someone that approached Lincoln and wanted to know about the duel.
Yeah.
Both Lincoln and Shields refused to talk about it with anyone for the rest of their lives. And Lincoln even told someone once, if you want to be my friend at all, you will never bring it up again.
Wow.
Yeah, someone wanted to talk about it, and he don't ever.
That's not something I'm going to talk about.
Nope. Never did. Now,
Well, I mean, a man of peace.
Right.
You know?
And you speak about a man of peace. We know how Lincoln died. Assassination and John Wilkes Booth and the whole thing that goes along with that.
Yeah.
What happened to James Shields?
I don't know.
This is a guy that historians know him as a famous guy, a general, a senator, somebody that was very highly respected. But he's kind of disappeared into history.
Yeah, I never heard about him until you brought him up today.
Yeah. What happened to him? Did he go on to live? Was he killed? Did he die a natural death?
Yeah, what happened?
Shields died unexpectedly at the age of 73 in Ottumwa, Iowa.
Ottumwa.
That's where Radar O'Reilly from MASH.
Yeah.
But he died unexpectedly at the age of 73 in Ottumwa, Iowa on June 1st, 1879. He was on a lecture tour.
Okay.
And reportedly complained of chest pains, had a heart attack, and died.
Oh, wow.
Shields, you would think a senator, somebody that was a general, did very well in politics, would be a wealthy man. He was not.
I'm surprised he didn't write a book.
Yeah. He was not a wealthy man. When he passed away, he was buried in Carrollton, Missouri.
Okay.
The family did not have money for a headstone because they were so poor. His grave in Carrollton, Missouri remained unmarked for 30 years.
Wow.
Because nobody could afford a headstone for him. It was only when the local government and U.S. Congress funded a headstone that he got one.
That's crazy.
They funded a granite headstone and a bronze monument at his grave in his honor. Finally.
Wow.
This is how he just disappeared in history.
And he was a big part of it if you consider how that could have gone. That story could have gone a whole different way.
Yup. Could have affected everybody's lives.
Yeah.
Big time.
The country. I mean, this whole country could have been affected by that. If Lincoln wasn't to become president,
Yeah.
can you imagine? Don't know what would have happened.
And this is what our show is all about. I guarantee you 90% of the people listening to this had no idea Lincoln was involved in a duel.
I guarantee you more than 90%. I don't know that anybody would know that story.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's an amazing
I'm
story.
sure it's going to pop up on a Netflix movie now that we've talked
Now
about
that
it.
we talked about. By the way, there is a conspiracy against us.
Yes, there is. I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm ready to duel about it, too.
Yeah, I'll challenge somebody to a duel.
Great story.
In 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
I came across this story and I was floored by it. We talk about on our podcast in several episodes, but recent history, where America, certain parts of America want to erase the Confederate side of U.S. history.
Yes.
Take down monuments, take down statues.
Yeah.
When in fact, so many of those Confederate leaders were great American leaders and politicians.
Yes. Just with no other choice.
There was no other choice. They had to, and they should not be shamed. They went for their states.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you in 2 weeks a remarkable story of the friendship between President Ulysses S. Grant.
Yes. Our general.
And General James Longstreet.
Okay.
Who was essentially the right-hand man to Robert E. Lee.
Oh.
Grant and Longstreet were lifelong friends.
Really?
Before, during, and after the war. And how Grant said, "Stop this nonsense. He's a true American."
Huh. That's a good story.
2 weeks.
All right. Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond Mount Rushmore, we hope you enjoyed the story. I'm Jeff Hickcox. Across from me, Stan Nawalaniec, our self-proclaimed presidential historian.
You have a little trouble with that, don't you, sometimes?
I do sometimes, yeah. It's just because I'm old and I have a horrible memory.
Yeah.
That's all.
Both of us.
Social media, come check us out on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.